Day 62, Min beneath the trees. "What now, Pin?" Dwell quacked. Min had been so focused on saving Fitlin she hadn't yet had time to consider their predicament. "What am I going to do now? Otlin will never find us in this chaos." Min held her hands to her ears against the roar of the inferno about her and interrogated her wings. Yes, it's obvious," she cried out as she interpreted their messages. "Can you paddle us through Scalpel, Dwell?" she shouted into the side of his head where she assumed his ears were. "No way, Finn. This old webfoot stays right here." "What? No, Min screamed at him. "You've got to escape. You have to take us too." "What will be, Bin. I'm a Glentadel webfoot. This is where I belong, and this is where I stay," Dwell responded calmly, adding, "As that is the case, where would you like me to drop you off?" "How about here? Right here, in the forest, as close to the fire as possible." Sarcasm won't help you now," Flutter admonished. "Or ever, for that matter," Flick said. "What will then?" Min shouted aloud in sheer desperation. She dropped her head into her hands. "What will help?" she repeated, more quietly this time as fear, rage and despair crowded into her already swirling thoughts. "I cannot intuit anything. My mind is blank." A soft ping rippled through both wings. "That's your help? That's your response?" she asked incredulously. "We're about to perish and that's all you can do? Ping?" "Concentrate on getting to Nindalai, Min." Flutter's tone was unusually commanding. Min snapped too. "Do you know of some way to get us down the river to Nindalai?" she asked Dwell. "Well, now that you ask, Pin, I happen to know of a vessel. I've been told it's what the Trawbles or the Morbles or whatever call a buoy," he offered. Min was thoroughly confused. "Must have come from upriver. I'll have a paddle and see what I can find. If I can see anything in this confounded smoke," Dwell added with an offended quack. He paddled slowly towards the bank, traversing a short distance up and down. Through the filthy air, Min made out an object that might have been bright red once but was now covered in mud. "I can see something, Dwell, over there." Dwell paddled alongside. "Oh, I understand now. Not a boy, it's a toy, and it's a boat." Her rage turned instantly to gratitude. She wanted to hug him. She patted his featherless neck instead. Min roused Fitlin. "Fitlin, can you crawl into the boat?" Nodding, Fitlin dragged himself off Dwell's back and fell into the bottom of the tiny wooden craft. Min heaved herself aboard after him. "Farewell, Fin Din Bin, whoever you are," Dwell quacked and disappeared into the smoke. Min called after him in desperation. "There's nothing to paddle with." She heard a splintering from above. A small branch fell onto the bank. "Is that serendipity or an unburnt radiant recognizing our plight?" Thank you, dear Radiant." "If it was you," she called as loud as she could. There was no reply, only the sound of the furious fires moving ever closer. Min used the branch to try to push the boat off the bank. She jammed it into the mud and heaved. The boat refused to budge. Fitlin lay unmoving. She could see he was breathing, although he seemed to have relapsed into semi-consciousness. Min leapt onto the bank to the stern of the boat. Digging her toes into the mud, she pushed and shoved, twisting her small body from side to side to try and get better leverage. The boat remained stubbornly stuck. She sat down, coughing continuously. Her eyes and nose ran in torrents. Her throat was on fire as if she'd swallowed acid. She put her overheated face in her soot-blackened hands as hopelessness washed over her. For all this effort and all this work, now she and Fitlin seemed destined to perish in the fires along with the forest. Her wings pinged again. She stood up. "We're about to die, and you're pinging me," she screamed into the void around her. "You should be pulsing with rage and horror and sorrow at this terrible, awful mess you've got us into." Micah, must get to Nindalai." Both wings were frantically calling over the top of each other. Min got their gist. She staggered into the shallows, fell to her knees and plunged her face into the water. It soothed her stinging eyes and burning face. "Micah, Dear Micah, please help me release this boat and carry us to Nindalai, she begged. A bubble erupted immediately at the edge. On the ripples of all my rivulets, Min, I am chastised. How could I not notice what was happening to you? There's been so much to deal with, she murmured. I love you, Micah. You've come twice now when I needed you most. Thank you with all my heart. Thank you. Go safely, little Min. Micah's bubble disappeared. Min clambered back on board as the boat tilted forward and bobbed into the choppy current. She didn't need to paddle. The boat moved of its own accord. It swung into the river's flow and began its hazardous journey towards Scarpel. Thank you, Micah, Min called after again. You've saved our lives. I hope you've been able to save the Radiant's lives too. If Micah heard, she did not answer, or Min did not hear her over the cacophony of the fires. We're going to make it. We're going to escape. Min slumped into the murky, slimy bottom of the little boat next to Fitlin. Every bit of her body cried out in pain and exhaustion. Rolling her head backwards to rest on the edge of the boat, she rubbed her neck to release the taut muscles and ease the ache in her head. Her eyes began to close as the need to sleep overcame her. Her eyes wrenched open. A hellish explosion tore through the space between them. Fully awake, Min's chest compressed as she sprang upwards to face it. And I'll see you beneath the trees tomorrow.